clone.
Excuse me? I wouldn't know about that. My name's Gregor. Wait, what's a clone?
Gregor's a unique clone in a lot of ways from the other clones that I've done before. He doesn't know who he is. And so the way that he behaves towards other people and towards the rest of the world is not that of a trained, confident soldier. This is a fellow who is kind of beaten down and broken and really is enslaved.
You're a dishwasher now, and you owe me for saving you from your crash. Your life is mine, Gregor.
Dee Baker and we've been working on clones and the character of clones now for many, many years.
There were no survivors on Deveron.
It's Fives. The name's Fives. Quit yapping. More blasting.
It's been a long developing process to create these characters who are all very similar, but when you get down to it, very different.
It's really fascinating to see the clones that are slightly deviated from what you would call kind of the archetypal clone, which for me, I kind of take to be Rex.
Captain Rex, reporting for duty.
What?
We had done Cutler Quain, who was someone who actively rejected their role in the war. We had done a traitor, Slick. We had done the ultimate soldier. I think that's what Rex is always representing. And here was a case of someone that had basically forgotten who they were. And since there were no other clones around, well, how would he know he was a clone?
Look, I'm lucky to live in this place. Mr. Vorkas says my salary doesn't even cover the rent.
I don't think we've really had a clone quite like that in this show. A guy who doesn't really know what else he can do other than just serve this really horrible job in this horrible diner, this horrible master that he's got. And so there's a softness, a quietness to the way that his character starts. You'll notice that he's not speaking as a soldier.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you there.
Gregor, he starts out rather soft like that, tentative, halting in the way that he speaks. Not too loud. He doesn't want to upset things. But then as he realizes who he is, and he becomes locked into what he's about, then he can speak confidently in the voice that is truly his, that of Gregor.
I'll cover you and clear the way, Colonel. You all head straight to the shuttle. I'll take care of those clankers.
When it came to Gregor, something that I really want to stress was that he was unique even for a clone.
Impressive. You were a captain and part of an elite squad, a clone commando.
I didn't want this to be the idea that he was just a grunt trooper that was found out in the Outer Rim that had somehow miraculously survived. So when we were in the design phase, I thought, wouldn't it be great if this guy was a Republic commander? It's something that I know the fans want. It's something that I've been interested in. There was a great response when we had them briefly in an episode, and I've been looking for a way to try and fit more Republic commanders in. They aren't something that really comes from George Lucas's Star Wars. They were a creation for a video game franchise, a really great video game that I played to completion. But they're not something that you see in the Star Wars films. I have to say, what the droids then got in Gregor was a one-man wrecking team. He's an elite. His dedication level to his mission was just immense. So much so that he makes the ultimate sacrifice that I think, soldiers are willing to make.
Where is Gregor?
He's doing what a soldier does, sacrificing himself for the lives of others.
That's the unsung thing about a soldier. That's what these guys are doing in reality all the time. You begin to feel kind of bad. Here's Gregor. I like this guy. I like this Gregor guy. And dang it, if we didn't just blow him up, So I thought I need some wiggle room there. So I actually added that line where he says, "Don't worry about me."
You made me remember who I am. I'll make my way home. I promise. Now go!
So I had, this explosion, but Gregor making a promise, and I very much believe in keeping promises, so I'd put my money on Gregor surviving that. And to be perfectly honest, with what's coming, once Darth Maul's back, I gotta keep as many characters alive as I can before he shows up again, because boy, you better get ready.
You will be remembered, Captain Gregor. We will take your heroic story back to the Republic, and we will watch for your return.
An interesting tidbit about this episode would be that it is the 100th episode of Clone Wars, and that's it's kind of strange. I can remember in the early discussions with George and some of the early press releases when interviewers would ask George, well, how many episodes do you think you'll make? I'll say, well, we're making 100. And I thought, wow, that would be something if we made 100 episodes of Star Wars. Man, I wonder what that would be like. And I'll tell you what it's like. It's like nothing. We blinked and we passed it. I thought, are there 100 stories in the Clone Wars that are unique enough to do this? And yes, there are. If you look at the first episode and now you look at the 100th episode, the increase in quality across the board, whether it be the character design, the animation, the lighting, everything has gotten better and better and better and better. And I've been really fortunate to have an incredible team. And one thing that we all have common, one thing that I think, is true across all 100 episodes and beyond, is that we all love Star Wars. Just like you, we grew up with it, and we want to make sure that what you're getting each week is truly the Star Wars experience we had, because we loved it so much. So, 100 and beyond, and we just keep on rolling. So thank you very much.